Hello again and welcome to the minisode version of A Doctor's Perspective, episode 39. You know, I always gotta plug something. We're gearing up. When this comes out, we should be in the middle of a dental series. I've had a few dentists on here and there, but since we did a podiatry series, financial series, acupuncture, cash-based physical therapy, all women, all African-American series on this podcast, I was like, it's time for a dentist one. Enjoy that. We're going to cover lots of different areas. And speaking of dentists, that is the theme of today. It was the FFS fee-for-service dental podcast. I'm trying to get him on the show. Come on, Dr. Burns. But he interviewed Desiree Yazden on Instagram. And she has a webpage, howtogrowthegram.com. And she has grown a massive following on Instagram, like over 6 figures. And she gets between 40 to 50 new patients, people flying from all over the world, especially the U.S., to go and see her. Now, she does focus a little more on cosmetic dentistry. Always, man, it seems like these before and after places tend to do really well. So if there's a way to do that for yourself, whatever practice you have, if it's physical therapy, maybe they walk in antalgic, show them walking straight. They couldn't lean over, now they're leaning over, stuff like that. She has a course on this. She's actually kind of smart with the marketing because I went to the page. I was like, let's see what they have. And the only thing you do is sign up for when it launches. So that's a great marketing tool. It's not always open. You have it closed from sometimes. You got to get people's emails. And then boom, we're opening it up once a quarter. Rah, rah, rah. And you get all these email addresses to upsell later. So that's a good marketing idea. All right, here's some of her key points. When you're first starting out, or if you're trying to revamp your page to be more professional and work for you, remember it's going to take time. But 2, focus on education. So you might throw up a cool picture and then discuss what that is. If it's thoracic outlet syndrome, you might put up a diagram and talk about it. Now, are a lot of people going to be really interested in that? Maybe not. But it builds something. If you're a dentist, you might show what a cavity looks like. This is what a crown looks like. This is what an implant looks like. And just kind of start putting some of those pictures up there, trying to establish yourself as, hey, I'm a credible source. I know what's going on. I'm educated. And then while you're doing that, throw in some personal pics, especially if you have hobbies or animals. I was talking to a guy one time who goes, dude, animals, kill it. Triple the engagement than usual. Maybe that's why I put some of my baby photos other than just being a proud daddy. And I love it. But just to say, those things make you more personable, make you more of a human, more relatable, and really, that's what people want to see sometimes. Of course, they love before and after photos, and they also like surgery stuff. Working in a hospital, I've put some posts up, and I'm blown away, they're gory pictures, and people just love them, absolutely love them. Put up a podcast episode, they're like, well, yeah, okay, I'll like it. You put those pictures, blows up, it's crazy. She made a comment, look, find inspiration from other people in your profession or outside of your profession, like the prehab guys. Wow, their page is impressive. And I wish I remembered the person's name. He had commented, he's like, hey, I like your page. So I checked out his page, and he's a doctor. It was great, too. Everything was lined up nicely. The left side looked like this, the right side looked like this, and the middle was a variation. That takes a lot of effort. So I applauded him for what he did, too. It was good. People love taking Instagram photos. Now, I'm not saying you got to walk around with a photographer like some people do. Oh, it's a pretty wall. Click, click. Or hire somebody and take these outlandish photos. We're not talking about that. But here's the cool idea. You may have been to a city and they'll have the love sign. And then underneath that love sign, they'll have whatever city it is. And people take pictures of it all the time. Then you also might see, you go to a theme park or some historical area, and then they'll have a canopy or something that they created, and it'll say hashtag River Gorge Rafting. And then you take a picture, it has the hashtag, it has the name of the business, it has a beautiful scene. Definitely saw those in New Zealand when we were ziplining at Waikaha Island. Yes, we ziplined over a vineyard, and then when you started, they had an amazing photo with the bay in the background and some vineyards and all this stuff. So yes, it advertised for them, but it also made for a nice photo. And why am I telling you all of this? Okay, in your office, you could have a wall that has a really cool sign or a neon sign of some sort. So something that would make for a cool picture. Patients could just be like, hey, when you're asking your patient, hey, can you refer somebody, or could you tag us in your Facebook feed today or Instagram feed? And they're like, well, what's in it for me? So, I mean, that's a lot of ask for somebody. So another way to do it, like I said, is you can find some kind of, they got wall art. You can go online and do a search. I mean, they got like professional sports teams if you're into that. You've got knockoff famous artwork that you can blow up as big as you want. Maybe you saw some kind of cool science visual art representation that you like. I know there's a few places that have, like different kinds of spines that are very artistic and they're just like really cool. Like they're impressionists or whatever. Find something that's like really cool for a picture, or like you have a neon sign that says "Get Adjusted" or "Thanks" or whatever. If you have it done right, the background's cool, people will voluntarily be like, oh man, yeah, I'll take a picture there. Click. It's only one picture, but it looks cool. It's different. It completely will stand out. Yeah, this is my doctor's office. So anyway, it was a cool little trick to get more people to check in somehow. Also, you got to figure out, of course, your ideal patient, who's your avatar, and of course, post your stuff to them. If you're a headache clinic, have more headache stuff, right? If you do more implants, focus more on the implants instead of teeth whitening. You get it. What you might want to do is about 3 Instagram stories per day. That's only 15 seconds. I've said this before. When patients ask you questions, jot those down afterwards. Whether it's, why should I drink water? What kind of exercises should I do? It hurts when I do XYZ. I can't eat ice cream. Whatever that answer is, whatever those questions are, write those down. That's quick. Boom. You can do 3, 15, a 45-second video of that and post it. And if you really wanted to, you can, if you liked your answer a lot, after you post it, you can get it set to where it posts on your Instagram feed itself, so it never just disappears in 24 hours. Also in your area, we're local, so check out your hashtags that people use for your city. What cool parks or events or landmarks, all those types of things in your area that people use. Be aware of like events, live events, concerts, all those types of things. What's trending in your city as far as hashtags? And then try to find a way to reply appropriately in those feeds. Okay. Well, that's what we got for this week. I really hope you enjoyed it. All the show notes for the minisodes are at doctorsperspective.net/M and the number. Our regular episodes, there's no M. So that's the difference. Thursdays and Saturdays, here you again. We just went hashtag behind the curtain.